and welcome to today's pick a card reading, and today we're going to be focusing on love and romance. So as usual, we've got our three piles. So one, we have the Ten of Swords here, and take a closer look. Pile number two, the Hanged Man, and pile number three, the Ten of Cups. And I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot today. So just take a moment and pick which pile that you're most drawn to, and you can click in the description box which will take you to your reading. Hi pile number one, and welcome to your reading. So here you can see a full spread of all your cards, and like I mentioned, we're looking at love and romance, and you were drawn initially to the Ten of Swords here, this card, which traditionally is quite a difficult card. The Ten of Swords speaks of quite a painful situation, so that could be what you're experiencing at the moment. The 10 is always, you've kind of reached your limit, you've had enough, and you've been through so many trials and tribulations in a situation that looks like has caused you a lot of pain. The positive thing about this card is that it often speaks of that the worst is over, and that there is an end to this cycle that you've been in. The Swords as well is the most, I always see it, the most difficult suit, surrounding emotional pain and things like that, and having to cut people off, and maybe making an ending which was, your heart wasn't in it, but you knew that it had to be done. So a kind of mind over matter, head over heart situation. But interestingly, what we have crossing this central card at your reading is the Lovers. So this speaks of a true connection that is going on here, a twin flame connection, very powerful. You know, in this image, it's full of joy and happiness, and times that happier times that you did have, or maybe there was big ups, big downs. It looks like a very intense connection that we're looking at here, that this is like I say, a twin flame, a true love and a deep connection here, and it's really acknowledging that as well. And that energy still feels like it's very much around. So maybe you're in an ending at the moment, like a no contact situation, or you're still in communication but things are kind of in a bad place, but the love is still very much there, the connection is not broken. And again, interestingly, sort of kind of what's underneath this card here, so this is what's beneath the surface of this situation, is the Father of Cups. So this is a very, again, very loving card. This is, I feel like, the other person in the situation. So maybe at one time they were very giving, very loving. The Father of Cups brings that energy and has a lot to offer. Or maybe this is something that you're yearning for or desiring from this person as well, and that's something that you need, obviously, that we all need in our other half, is someone that's open, someone that is prepared to give. And I think that this actually, I think it's a really positive thing that this is turned up again in your reading as well with the Lovers here, that this person still has feelings for you, still wants to make this work, I would say, as well. Then we've got the Ten of Wands, which is crowning the situation, which is kind of like a continuation of this Ten of Swords again. So Ten of Wands is conflict is feeling worn out with burdens, tired, exhaustion of a situation, feeling very much like I'm done, that's it, I can't keep doing this. That's also the feeling here. If that resonates with you, that even though that you love someone, you can't keep doing what you have been doing. So there is a need for change here of some sorts. So we've got the Seven of Wands here, and I think this is, there is one wand here that is still a light, and I think that's, even after everything that's happened, there is still a flame that is a light that hasn't been extinguished. There's still that love that both of you have that is inside of you. And again, I think this is in the position of the past. So I think these are arguments, maybe things that have happened, ways in which that you have hurt each other, that have often made you think and feel like, will we get through this? Can we get past this? And you have continued to go past it, but each time that it's happened, it's taken a little chunk from from you, really, and a chunk from the situation, a chunk from the connection. However, this flame here still burns bright, still stands strong, still brings light to the situation. So that's, and also the Wands is about passion. So again, how this connection is strong, it's passionate, it's an intense connection. The present is the Chariot. So this is a major arcana, and this is the card of moving on. So one of you has moved on or is trying to move on. That's the intention. So that may be yourself or maybe the other person. Which I think ties in with these tens of like some ending has taken place. And I think the Chariot is a very positive card, and I think that at this time that this is the right thing at the moment, because you couldn't carry on doing, like I mentioned, you couldn't carry on doing what you have been, so something had to end, something had to change. And this sense of forward motion, of movement and change that the Chariot always brings is something powerful, and maybe the only way, if this resonates that it's you that's moved on, it's the only way for you to bring some power back to the situation, some sense of control. And this is the position of the near future. So we have the Hermit, which is another major arcana. So that's kind of reflective of how important this situation is. And the Hermit is about taking some time to retreat, to recover, to go inwards, to reflect. And I think it's really important if this is a ending in a relationship, and if it's something that you're hoping to go back to. That could be true for some of you. I think this time apart, or this time for you to retreat, is really important in order for you to move forward and reconnect successfully. For some of you, it might be necessary that this is the end completely, and that feels the right thing for you to do as well. But at the moment, the energy for the near future is about, in order to build yourself up, so this nurture your own light, nurture your own flame, retreat and protect yourself at this time, just so you can then move forward from a strong place. Whatever you decide to do, it's from a strong place, not this kind of worn out, burdened, kind of beaten down energy of the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands here. So we've got, this is the Father of Pentacles here. So this is external situation. I think this is the other person in the situation again. This is like a continuation of the Father of Cups, and then becomes the Father of Pentacles. The Father of Pentacles is is much more practical, is much more grounded, their energy. The Father of Cups can be, the downside of the Father of Cups can be that there's a lot of emotions, but there isn't much anything backing that up. Like maybe, you know, there's been lots of promises spoken that perhaps have been broken. The Father of Pentacles does as they say. They, like I say, are practical. You know, if they say they're going to be somewhere, they'll be there. They are financially stable. They are, you know, a place in their career, where they live, everything like that. It's like they've got that together. So this could be after this period of this break and this ending that's taken place that I'm seeing, after this period of reflection and quiet and regrouping. I feel like that this person looks like they will come back to you with a more grounded energy and a more, like, them come back to you with a plan. That's what I'm seeing, and with a stronger energy. So again, that's something really positive that's come through here. So the advice again for you is this is the 8 of Pentacles that I'm seeing. So following on from the Hermit of focusing on yourself. So this is about work often. So the 8 of Pentacles. So focus on, make sure that all your ducks are in a row. Networking as well with this web here. So build your own contacts, your own social network. Focus on your work at this time, if that's what kind of can take your mind off the situation. You know, go to the gym, make sure that you're eating right, taking care of yourself, say yes to, you know, invitations to go, even on other dates, you know, if that felt right, to kind of feel that sense of options and networking. Be expansive. Work as well, like if career, if that's something that is somewhere to put this energy into, or something that you might have neglected, to kind of come back to that and focus on yourself during this time. And you know, if this person is coming in with this energy, that's fantastic, but you can't be waiting around for them to do that. So in the meantime, I'm really getting a sense of that work needs to come back into the picture a bit more maybe than what it has been. New opportunities that you can take advantage of. Like I say, networking, so maybe you're getting seen more and invitations, and that's something that can be built up again in this break that I'm seeing. And so the future here, we've got the Devil card, and I feel like this is a warning card of that this situation is coming, this connection will come back around. That's very strong. What I'm seeing, this person will, if you are having a break, or there's been this kind of change in energy of this shift, of this disconnect here, but it will come back around. This person will reach out to you again. This person will come back with a different energy. And the Devil is a warning card of not to fall into old patterns and toxic behaviours. So as the Lovers is traditionally what we'll see in the Rider-Waite deck, is the Lovers is a couple standing together, and the positive side of that, the strong connection that they have. And then in the Devil card we see the same two lovers who are chained together, and how that bond can become restrictive, something negative, something toxic. So it's really quite amazing that both these cards have shown up in your reading, and it's kind of the flip side of this. The Lovers is the Devil, and what that connection can do, and to be mindful of that, really, of if you are going to re-enter this connection, be sure to do it different this time, to have boundaries where maybe there haven't been, and be mindful that if you do go back into this connection, that those things will need to be worked in, because you do not want to return to this energy and repeat those same cycles. So I'm just going to ask for any more cards of advice for you here, pile number 1. Maybe a bit more about that devil card there, and how to... Oh, some have fallen out here. So we've got the 8 of Cups, we've got the Tower card, we've got the Ace of Cups, and we've got the Ace of Swords. Really interesting here. So the Tower is, I feel like this is the past, like the 8 of Cups is about walking away from a situation that doesn't offer you enough. Not everything is lost, but it's about, again, that sense of, when see these wands, that sense of kind of being done. There isn't enough for me here, I have to move on. The Tower is when literally everything can, something so important in your life can just be broken down, and can feel like it's broken you down on a really deep level. And that can be something, you know, incredibly painful to go through, and just bring you down to ground zero. And I feel like this connection has kind of really put you through the ringer in that, and taken you to places that have been really challenging. And then we've got 2 aces here. So the Ace of Cups, the Cups being about emotions, being about love, and the Ace of Swords, the sword suit, being about the mind, thoughts, clear thinking. And this is about new beginnings here. So this is about having the clarity of mind, of thought, with love, and enter into something new, or something new with this person again. So revisiting this situation, but from a different viewpoint, from a different understanding, because of everything that you've been through. So I think it's a reminder not to forget about the past. And if you are going to go back into this, it needs to be a fresh start, and you need to find a new way of doing things. So that's a really clear final message there. I hope this resonated for you, pile number 1. If you did enjoy this reading, please give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to the Urban Seer channel. Thank you. Hi pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Today and we'll start off with this card that you were initially drawn to, which is the Hanged Man. So what I'm seeing is, right off the bat, is that you're in a state of limbo at the moment. So the Hanged Man speaks of being in quite a tricky situation. It often can come along with feeling stuck and not quite sure what's going on, what's coming next. So as this is a love reading, a romantic reading, so this speaks of the connection that this may be something new, and it's very early days, and there's quite a lot of uncertainty around, and maybe the person that you have this connection with is maybe even giving mixed messages, or things are just so new that you're really not sure how things are going to move forward. It could be something that you're in a connection that has kind of got onto wobbly ground, and like again you're in this place of things aren't maybe started off well, and then now have gone a little bit cool. So you're feeling, like I say, in a kind of tricky, not sure what's coming next situation. We've got the 3 of Cups crossing this card, and this card traditionally is about social gatherings, celebrations, and I think, but how I'm reading it in this context is that it sort of brings quite like a flighty energy, that maybe someone in the connection is like maybe even partying too much, or you wonder if maybe there are connections with other people, you know, am I the only one, or maybe it hasn't even got that far yet, maybe that they're dating other people, and this is making you feel insecure, and you're kind of at that stage, that new connection stage, and yeah, so I'm just kind of getting this flighty, kind of lots of socialising, kind of like maybe you want things to be more serious and that's not what's happening yet for you. But that's something that you want, or the other, obviously you can always role reverse this, that this is what the other person wants. Maybe you met at a party or through friends as well, seeing that, so that's a connection. Or that it's someone that you like and hoping things can be more. So at the past here I've got the Five of Swords, which speaks of some kind of conflict, and I actually think this is maybe like a past situation from you, and we can see this image of this, of like a worm that's being cut in two, and as we know that when a worm is cut in two, that it can still live after that injury, and traditionally the Five of Swords speaks of conflict, but no real harm has been done. So this could be hurt from the past that is bringing you some insecurities and fears that this new situation is bringing up in you, or it could be that this person has hurt you in the past, so this again is making you feel this kind of insecurity, and it's something that you're hoping, you don't want something that's happened in the past to be repeated, but I do get this sense that the past pains are being triggered in this situation of what's happening at the moment. Underneath, so we've got a really beautiful card of Temperance, which really just speaks about having patience, is the underlying message here, and that to kind of hang on to your hat and try not to give in to those insecurities, anxieties, do what you can, whatever coping mechanisms that you do, if you meditate or exercise or whatever self-care things that you can do to manage your anxieties, and try not to be reactive, try not to time will tell, that you'll get your answers, time will tell, so don't try and push the situation, because at the top here we've got Justice, so I feel like the outcome will, whatever happens, the outcome will be in your favour if you can follow this energy of patience and let things run the course. You will obviously shift out of this energy, and Justice speaks if someone has caused you pain in the past here, which I'm seeing, justice, literally justice will be done here, so the balance will be restored in the situation. But at this time it's really important not to let your insecurities get the best of you. And that's what I'm seeing in the present here. So we've got the Seven of Coins here, and this is just about grounding yourself. I'm seeing always with the Pentacle cards here, so that suit, that it's about just taking the next step in front of you, don't jump ahead. So this image, really, I'm just seeing this path of pentacles laid out, one in front of the other here, and don't let your thoughts, this state of limbo and anxious thoughts, run away with you, and thinking this could be going on, this could be happening, what are they doing, where are they now, why haven't they got back to me, what's going to happen. We've all been there, of letting your thoughts run away from you, and at the minute, even if you can't stop the thoughts, in your actions, be very clear about just putting one step in front of the other, and just try to tread carefully and bring as much patience as you can, as much calm as you can to the situation. Because incoming here, we've got the Fool card, which is in the near future position placement. So this is about taking a risk, and I see that this situation will ask that of potentially of both of you in this connection, that at some point you are going to have to jump into the unknown, and as in with all connections, risk potentially getting hurt again, but from something positive and something good that can come out of it is that you need to take that leap of faith to find that happiness that you're looking for. So with the Fool card here, it is about that jumping into the unknown, and I feel after a period of stillness, of limbo, this time for change, this leap of faith will come. So this person, you will get some more clarity about that situation, and kind of ultimately, if you want to be with this person, you will need to take that assessed risk, in a way, like a risk. It can be an educated risk once you've got more information, but at some point you do just need to kind of jump in and go for it, I suppose. I feel like that's what that message is here. Then we've got the Son of Wands, and I feel like this is the other energy in this connection. So the Son of Wands is someone who brings a fiery, passionate, youthful energy. But like with this card here, that the Son of Wands can be slightly more flighty and can be changeable as well. And seeing that energy, like even if they're not young in age, they've got a very young energy, and that's really what makes them really fun to be around, and funny as well. Like I'm seeing them as quite a character, entertaining, and that you always have a good time when you're with them, and you want to be around that, and that's what you're attracted to. But also they can be quite changeable on the other side as well, and maybe not the most reliable as well. So that kind of, like, say, youthful, more flighty energy. But I definitely, they've appeared here in your reading. We've got the Mother of Pentacles here, so this is about some much more grounded energy. And I think this is actually just a message of protection. We can see Mother Deer here is protecting their baby, and I think this is about protecting yourself in this situation. So it's encouraging you to take this leap of faith, and it is possible, though, at the same time, to protect yourself as much as you can. So you don't have to, you can take your time. The Pentacles as well is about, you don't have to rush in. You can take a risk, but you can also protect yourself. It doesn't have to be an either-or situation, which maybe is how it feels, because of past pains, that you think, I've got to jump, both feet in. But actually we can take risks and have those connections with people, and still have boundaries, still don't have to move too fast. We can, actions speak louder than words. What are their behaviours? Are they too immature, or do they show up for you enough? Do they give you what you're looking for? So these are things to be mindful of, and just a message there of that we can always protect ourselves and our more vulnerable selves here as much as possible. And in the future here, so the outcome, we've got the Daughter of Pentacles, and I'm seeing that you're actually successful in this. If you can have that intention with this connection, I'm seeing that you've been able to be yourself, take this risk and with this connection. And it can be quite scary. I feel like, you know, this dear always see that they're not on particularly steady ground, like love relationships can often be at the beginning. So there's kind of like, it feels like there's a lot going on here, like there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of emotions, but you are managing to strike that balance of protecting yourself here while still taking that risk and leaving, not letting those old hurts stop you. With this rainbow here being this really joyful and positive energy that's come through. I'm just going to ask the cards for some final words of clarification for pile number 2, please. Final messages for pile number 2. Wow. So we've got 2 major arcana, 3 major arcanas here. Wow. So I feel like this feels like quite a tentative, like new beginnings and new relationship that could turn it into something having a really big impact on you. So the Hierophant is the card of tradition, so institutions and marriages, and so I would say that like further down the line that this connection could become something much more serious, like a living together situation, a marriage. Just seeing what else I get from this card messages. Yeah, just that it's gonna unlock something, something surprising maybe that you didn't see this connection initially evolving into something that could be really like life changing. So the Wheel of Fortune again is about a huge like sort of change in fate, in fortune, and how this can really impact your life. So a big shift of energy. So you were going down one road and then maybe this person came into your life and it changed everything, or this connection started out one way, something fun, something light-hearted, and then became much more serious. And then the Death card as well, so this speaks of transformation, so about this relationship could bring on some really deep changes in yourself and in your life, and be the Death card speaks of endings, and I'm seeing it here of like an ending of an old way of life. So I've seen again a really big shift in, you know, so maybe your living situation or where you live, or, you know, just going from that single status to being in a really committed relationship, things like that. So yeah, so really from this connection maybe seeming is there's a lot more to it than what it seems initially, and if you can keep this patience and hang on to your anxieties and understand that you can still protect yourself in this situation, and then it could really lead to something like very big and life-changing here that I'm seeing with these 3 cards as the final messages turning up, is like some really powerful energy here as well. So I think that's also something kind of exciting and reassuring as well in the situation. I hope this reading has resonated for you, pile number 2. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up, that would be great, and subscribe to my channel Thanks now. Hi pile number 3, and welcome to your love connection reading. So this is your full spread, and we'll start off initially with the first card that you were drawn to, which is the beautiful 10 of Cups here. So what I'm initially receiving and seeing is that the person that you're thinking of, that you have in mind, that drew you to this reading, has this for you is your person. Is 10 of Cups is about ultimate fulfillment in, you know, the happy home, the happy family, whatever that looks like for you. But it's about this person, this connection holds that key for you and has brought you a lot of happiness and a lot of joy so far. And you may be a crossroads, I'm hearing. Something's occurred, maybe that that's made you question this. You know that you want this with this person, but you may be a little bit uncertain if maybe in this connection that person wants this, all of this with you, the home, the family, the forever. What we've got crossing it here is the Mother of Swords. So this energy is about, I'm hearing, tough decisions, head over heart, having to make a decision that I feel like that you don't want to. I don't know what that may be for a specific group of people here, but maybe weighing up even if you can continue this connection, or if it needs to be, with it being a swords card, does it need to be cut away? Does it need to be cut out? Or a tough conversation has taken place or needs to take place? Some difficult conversation, an open, honest conversation needs to happen. So that's what's crossing it. I feel like there's what feels like at the minute standing in your way is like there's this tough conversation that needs to be had. Because underneath here we've got this 5 of Cups, which is someone's made a mistake, either yourself that you're feeling bad about, or the other person, this connection that's cast something's cast doubt over this happy ever after, in a way. With it being the 5 of Cups, it's about loss. So, but it also speaks of that not all is lost. So traditionally some of the cups have spilled, have been knocked over, like spilt milk, but 2 cups remain. But often you can't see that when it's happening, so you may be just caught up in this loss, in this mistake, in this kind of I'm hearing like something's created a gap, like a block between you and this person, a wedge. That's what I'm hearing, like a wedge between you two. But what we've got crowning the relationship is the Daughter of Cups. So that is something much softer, so much softer energy, and is that there is a lot of love still here. And this is such a vulnerable card, with it being the Daughter of Cups, so this really young swan with this beautiful rainbow here. The cup suit being about love, emotions, such soft, tender feelings that are still here. So that's very much present, that's very much alive in the connection still. And then we can look at the past here, coupled with the Ace of Cups. So this is a really beautiful offering. And I think this is speaking of, despite this difficulties that have come into the energy, that have come into the situation, this speaks of the love that is still there where it started. It even is asking you to look back at what was. The original offer of the Ace of Cups is, you know, a wonderful offer of love overflowing. And then the Daughter of Cups, with it being in the crowning position, speaks of that same energy again. So at the present, we've got the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, which is, I think, where you're at the moment, having to focus on work. This card is, I see this spider is busy, is staying very busy, so maybe you're staying very busy to keep your mind off things, and that feels, that's okay, that's positive, to keep your own life going and not to be swallowed up by this situation. But also at the same time, don't avoid it, like avoid this conversation or honesty that needs to be had. Like, I don't normally get that energy from this card, but this time with this reading, I'm kind of seeing almost that work is a really useful distraction, or maybe like networking socially, you know, with this spider's web network of busy, busy, busy. So I'm seeing busy, 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 and somehow that feels like a bit of an avoidance tactic here. In the near future though, we do have movement, so I feel like this situation is going to change, and that you will, either you or the other person in this connection is going to move things forward out of where you're at now, this sort of more tricky, difficult place that you're at. So maybe you will find the courage to have that conversation. I feel like the cards are saying that in order to move forward, you need to have that honest conversation. You need to kind of face head on what's actually happened in order to move on from it. So this could be you, or it could be the other person who, or maybe both of you, who are avoiding at the moment the issues, you know, that have, or the thing that's happened that's caused someone pain, or this wedge. So the Chariot says, in order to move forward, find that courage, movement needs to return into this situation ultimately at some point. External situation is the Eight of Cups, so this is about walking away from something that doesn't offer you enough. And I feel like one of you has this in mind from this mistake: is this enough? Does this situation offer me enough to bring me the Ten of Cups? So we move from the Eight of Cups, but the Ten of Cups is where we want to be. Just going to ask for a little bit more clarity on the Eight of Cups. I'm feeling like maybe like someone's made a mistake and they're wondering, I'm hearing, am I enough as well? So maybe someone doesn't feel, maybe they've made a mistake, or it could even be old baggage from the past, like, am I enough? That's what I'm hearing, am I enough? And the Ace of Wands, so this is much more in keeping with this Chariot energy of a new beginning, and it's vibrant, it's a fresh start, it's kind of making a stance, and it's passionate, it's full of energy, it's going for it. So it's the complete opposite of this kind of darker energy here. And I think it's the antidote, you know, it's to, if you're feeling am I enough? Like this Ace of Wands is here to confirm that yes, absolutely, yes you are. Like look at everything that has to offer. There's so much energy and vibrancy in that card, and this is a new beginning, and an encouragement, like with the Chariot, to go for it. So if there is any doubts if you're enough, then I think that is reassurance 100% that you are. So the Hermit here, so this is some advice where in this time of, if you're in non-communication or this time of doubt as well, it's like a great opportunity. The Hermit is about reflection and nurturing your own light here as well. If it is a feeling of not feeling enough, to nurture confidence, to build yourself up as much as you can. If you've had something that's kind of giving you a knock, or something's made you question this connection, either yourself or your feelings for this other person, you're kind of questioning the strength of their feelings, and the Hermit asks you to look inward, ask where, if you're having self-doubts, to ask where these are coming from. Are they your own insecurities, or it could be that this person is making you feel that which isn't good, but it could be yourself. So the Hermit asks you to self-reflect on that. We've got a really positive outcome here at the end of the High Priestess, because this is you in a much more confident and a much more trusting place of yourself and this situation. The High Priestess is very in touch with her intuition, has that sixth sense, that like not everything that we can not everything can be handed to us sort of with total clarity in black and white. Ultimately, we have to trust ourselves, and the more trust that we have in ourselves and our intuition, the more powerful place that we are. So, and it also, I feel like this is you on the other side of this potentially tricky situation, difficult conversation that at the minute you might be fearing, and this is you on the other side feeling much more empowered by that. And this really speaks of trusting your intuition. If you are having that feelings of not enough, the High Priestess is the opposite. She knows that she's enough. She's very empowered. You can see this really sort of powerful tiger here image. You can't mess with the High Priestess, because she can see through what words that people say and knows their true intentions. And I feel like that's what you should be aiming for. Trusting your intuition will get you through this situation. I'm just going to ask for a few final messages for pile number 3, please. We've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Daughter of Pentacles. So the Ace of Swords again is speaking of clarity. So like the High Priestess, she can cut through the noise, she can cut through the nonsense, cut through the words and go straight to the truth. And that's what's like required here in this situation, is some kind of clarity and some truth. And the Hierophant speaks of, here I think it's about, the Hierophant is about doing things the traditional way, like doing things the right way, I'm hearing. So you have this key here that you can unlock your own power in this situation. But you need to do things the right way. Like, you can't do it kind of coming at it not head on, you know. You have to find that courage that I think keeps coming up in this reading. You have to find the courage to face things head on. You can't, maybe, you know, a lot of people can kind of just be quite avoidant in relationships about the truth, scared to find out what it might not be what they want. But this is the only way, is through at this point. And then we've got the Daughter of Pentacles here, which is I'm seeing that despite this energy that is swirling around you at the moment, that is maybe trying to throw you off guard, that you can hold on to yourself in this situation, hold on to your truth, and that you will come out knowing yourself, having a better understanding of yourself, and being in your own truth and your own power, connecting it back to the High Priestess here. So I hope that's been helpful for you, pile number 3, and that's given you some answers to your current questions. If you did enjoy this reading, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.